I have no idea how they keep on doing this. Listen, man, I was anticipating the next Bud Light video to be reviewing their new marketing campaign, but they just can't go a single day without being an abject embarrassment. Yo, photo of Bud Light on sale for $0. Like, this isn't some sort of, rebate scam where people can think, oh, if you get $15, and then all of a sudden, oh, if it's only cost $15, well, in actuality, they're just giving away free beer. No, the way that it's marketed is just here, please pick this stuff up. We don't want to have to arrange the trucks. We don't want to have to pay the people to wrap up the pallets. Please, just take it. Please, at this point, just at least stop by the till. Or, I don't know, maybe Bud Light should be dropping off all of their stuff in the middle of, like, Chicago or Toronto, because all we can see is people just going ahead and taking products directly off the shelf. But it's so funny. It's really funny with all of those new shoplifting videos that are coming out. Nobody's even bothering to steal the Bud Light. Holy Christ. It's just down horrifically right now. Bud Light is continuing to be mocked by many online. As more examples of the beer sitting unbought on store shelves have gone viral. The brand has faced huge backlash over 2.5 months. Oh, I love it. 10 weeks of absolute failure being cataloged for the world to see. After its brief collaboration with transgender influencer. Yep, it was brief. It was only a couple of days that you guys were lying in bed together until you realized, oh shit, that's a dick. Anheuser-Busch InBev company has been the target of calls for boycott, which appears to have affected Bud Light sales significantly. $27 billion can't be wrong, folks. Numerous instances of the boycott taking effect have been shared online. The latest example has delighted boycotters online sees a picture of an offer that suggests Bud Light is now on sale for $0. The picture of multiple crates of Bud Light pictured inside a fridge was shared online by social media user Steve FF1. In front of beer, a sign posted detailing the offer crates for a free Bud family pack, $20. Well, here, go ahead and show this yourself. Would you buy a free case of Bud Light? Is that even buying at that point in time, or is that just recording the sale and then hoping that Anheuser-Busch, kind of like what they're doing with their employees, just reimbursing them after the fact? It's like, okay, cool, we got to charge you for like shelf space at this point in time, so we got to get some money back on this one. But yo, man, take a look at that advertisement that's right there. Does that make it better? Does that make it worse? That doesn't make it any better at all. But you can see, you can definitely see, okay? Yeah, the 20-pack, they're priced at $15. We've got the rebate that we talked about when it was released just before Memorial Day. God damn, this has been almost a month at that point in time. Yeah, free pack with, QR code. Final cost, $0. Free Bud family. That's kind of weird that they're offering it as a family pack. $15. Yep, $15 after the QR code. Or you can get an 18-pack of cans, or I don't know, it's not. Maybe that's a 24-pack. It could be the 24-pack that's right down there. You can, if you can scrape together $4, you can just go ahead and get that one. But yo, man, that's real sad at this point in time. Would you buy a free case of Bud Light if it's on sale now for $0? Screenwriter and actress Colette Harrington. Sorry for not being familiar. You got nice hair. Shared on Twitter, including the original image. Many of people commenting on Harrington's post reacted negatively towards Bud Light, which is kind of the public sentiment at this point in time, and based on the apologies that Anheuser-Busch's CEOs, Brendan Whitworth, and then the Ducaris fellow from across the pond, they just continue to make all of those dumb fucking statements, and it's like somebody that you catch lying to you or doing you wrong before. It's like, we can just listen to you over and over again, but if there's no follow-up action to it, you're just the boy who cried wolf. State the change, make the change, follow through on the change, and then maybe we'll take you seriously. But at this point in time, the brand damage has already been done. Nope, replied a user, still overpriced. Oh, it's free? Oh man. But what if they get to a point of paying people for Bud Light? Another user commented, pass. I wouldn't even give that stuff away these days. Well, that's what the stores are trying to do, so I guess you're in line with them. Thinking of uses for it, Grimes Memes 2 said cheap targets for the range. He was perhaps referencing the viral video posted by Kid Rock. Well, maybe not. Not long after the Mulvaney collaboration, where the musician shot an assault rifle. Oh my god, one of those big scary rifles. In multiple cases, a Bud Light. Well, it just kind of looked like one very decoratively put out on a table, but okay. Other users retweeted the message suggesting that the beer is good for target practice too. So yeah, probably it was just that old gag of shooting old cans down there. You know, hick shit. Shit I would do growing up. It's not with beer cans. Like, growing up, I wasn't really around a bunch of guys who drank anyways. Probably contributed to a big reason why I've been boycotting all alcohol for 33 years. Twitter user Richard Mashallah, who defines himself as a supporter of former President Donald Trump, called the boycott to go beyond Bud Light. Not interested whatsoever, including if it came with a redeemable $20 cash coupon at the register. I don't know, man. That seems like a pretty good opportunity. I don't know if I'd pass that up. I would just, take the cash coupon and then just leave the stuff on the counter. That'd be fun. Actually, no, that would kind of put the person who's, working at the store, didn't really have anything to do with that, on blast. But yeah, no, you could think of fun ways that you could go ahead and waste Bud Light at this point in time. That would be fun. That would make for a good video. See, entrepreneurial mind at work. What's certain, however, is I won't be purchasing any Anheuser-Busch products, starting with Bud Light, Budweiser, Stella Artois, and any of the other 600 brands they carry. Yeah, and as you can take a look by the stock picture that's right there, also Rolling Rock, Michelob Ultra, what else is on there as well? What's some of them other brands that they got? And the other 600 brands they carry. Yes, it's quite a few. Go woke, go broke isn't a game, but a consequence of supporting sickening ideologies. Could use the ideologues, but yeah, no, whatever. He ended his tweet with a number of go woke, go broke hashtags, which name-checked Anheuser-Busch products. The backlash against Bud Light has been going on since early April 2023. Well, you could say at the tail end of March, with the big NCAA basketball, endorsement deal with Dylan Mulvaney, the one that's been screenshot to hell and back, the one that everybody uses, where that dude's in that black dress just going, "Hi, I like the sports ball," and then everybody just kind of kicked off, and I was like, "The fuck is that bathtub video? That shit's weird." The opposition to Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch has seen a rise in similar boycott attempts. Interesting. Would you call the Target boycott an attempt? What about the Kohl's boycott? An attempt? How about all that shit going on with Call of Duty right now, which is kind of spinning off, not too dissimilar from the Bud Light situation, into its own thing. Case in point, whenever Hassan, got some colorful portmanteaus for his, last name, but Hasan Piker. It's funny, man. He'll snipe at people, but when they call him out in real life, he's not too dissimilar to Dr. Peter Hotez. And it's like, you talk a big game online, but the moment somebody wants to confront you in real life, all of a sudden you shrivel up. Only when they're about your same size. When they're a little Asian guy down there at TwitchCon, you can go ahead and flex your muscle. But no, don't you dare bring up Sam Hyde's name. That's probably banned in his chat anyways. But he's managed to loaf his way into this Call of Duty situation with two of the prominent figures in this one, Dr. Disrespect and Nickmercs, obviously the guy who kicked everything off by saying, the innocuous anti-gay statement of leave little kids alone. Talked about that a whole bunch, but go ahead and read into that as you will. But he's been, Hassan, I don't know, very slowly and ineloquently been taking shots at Dr. Disrespect and his wife. It's like, wow, I don't know how you could get so offended by something that has absolutely nothing. Like, you just let your chair watch other people's content while you stream on Twitch. Like, you're with everybody that's leaving Twitch right now or being kicked off or banned for weird reasons, but yet you're still around. I don't find anything suspicious about that at all. You're basically the king of Twitch at this point in time, and now you're taking shots at other people in other communities who have more skill at their chosen vocation than you will ever have. The only reason that he's been put on in any form or fashion is because he is the nephew of Chunky Yogurt, and they also both have an affinity for horse cocks, but that's neither here nor there, right? But like I said, once we moved on to this side of the conversation, whenever Hassan enters the conversation, you know exactly which will ultimately be the losing side of the argument. Now, I don't watch a whole bunch of content creators online. Like, my entertainment hours are pretty small in the grand scheme of things. I'm mostly either working, researching, training myself, But the people that I do like to watch online, I shout them out just about every single day, but fresh and fit. They've had run-ins with Hassan, and to say that Myron put, Hassan to absolute shame would be a bit of an understatement. Those fucks, okay? Hassan and Ethan Decline, his partner in crime, they were going to have a debate with Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate. So it was going to be Myron and Tate versus Hassan and Ethan. Everything was going to be all set up, but then all of a sudden, behind the scenes, Ethan Klein's side of things was like, "Oh, are you guys going to wear masks? Are you guys all fully vaccinated?" They tried to pull the bitch shit card, which, they're very good at. And then when Myron and Hassan were both in the same call with, I think, DJ Academics at the same time when they were going over the Tory Lanez, Megan the Clydesdale case, Hassan showed his absolute fucking brain-dead interpretation of the United States Constitution by not understanding the implications of the Fifth Amendment, and then also trying to flex that lack of knowledge to somebody who used to work for the federal government at the Homeland of Security, a fucking Fed agent. You're gonna go ahead and try to be the smartest guy in the room? Oh my god. Even when he's alone, he's not the smartest person in the room. And then also, another podcaster, another group of people that I like as well, for very, very, very different type of content, but EFAP, like Mahler, Rags, all of those guys, I think that they're incredibly talented at what they do. They have also had a run-in with Hassan as well, and one of the, without, belaboring all of the backstory, but one of the greatest things that was pointed out, and on top of Mahler's, spot on, probably the funniest piss your pants impression that I've ever heard of Hassan, just the amount of pauses and dragged out thoughts. It's a great impression. But anyways, one of the best snippets that they got from Hassan, I'm talking about, his stream responding to the drama and everything that they were, engaged in at the time, was to get Hassan to admit that he can't sit at his stream. He streams for 8 hours a day, which is just looking at videos going, okay, I gotta go, and letting his chair do more reacting than he ever does, is to get him to admit that, sometimes my mom's not home, so I have to go and cook chicken nuggies for myself, and that if you guys wanted me to react harder and not eat, what am I supposed to do, die? He actually said that, and that's not being quote mined. That is in full context. It's some of the greatest shit that you'll ever see. I would highly recommend, EFAP's coverage of Hassan in all of its glory. I've listened to it multiple times over. Hassan is one of the dumbest people, I mean that wholeheartedly, to have ever amassed any sort of following. So seeing him hop on this Call of Duty, anti-groomer situation with the different formidable personalities in the space, you already know what time it is. So, what do we got here? Dr. Disrespect calls Hassan a fat phony after his comments amidst the removal of Nickmercs bundle from Call of Duty.
Yes, he's more loyal to Nickmercs having his skin than his own wife. I know.
Like who's this fat phony? Hassan? Hassan?
Let's get it, baby.
This fat phony? He's so concerned about everything. He's concerned about the 2-time and what it's like. These people, man.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is he opining on other than just being an outright drama farmer? Like, Hassan has nothing else to do. Like, this isn't your sphere. You're not adding any commentary over it. All you're doing is just taking shots at people who are more famous, more accomplished, more skilled than you'll ever approach being. Like, yeah, I understand on Twitch you're the top dog, and the way that they recommend channels is who has the most streaming at the time. You have the most clout over there. You got whatever, 35,000, 40,000 people. I don't know why. I understand why, but it's tough to comprehend why those people continue to come back day after day. But then you take a look at, gamers that are out there, high-skilled, high-quality gamers like Nickmercs, like Dr. Disrespect, and they're blowing your numbers completely out of the water on multiple different platforms, not just simply in that one echo chamber that is Twitch. So why the fuck are you taking shots at somebody that you're never, ever going to back up those claims against? Like, you just look like, well, as the doc said, a fat phony.
This guy wouldn't see, he wouldn't. See, that's the thing too. Like, he wouldn't say these type of things if we're standing next to each other.
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
Sam Hyde? Anybody heard from Sam Hyde lately? Oh, okay.
I think we're clear.
Because he knows there's repercussions.
yeah, there's consequences for dumb actions, which I don't know why Hassan hasn't figured that out yet, but even you can see his tabs in the background. So he's got Reddit open, a second tweet, which imagine that, big shock. Okay, a bunch of Twitter tabs, and then yes, look at all of those YouTube tabs, and we're just gonna watch this stuff, we're gonna react to it, and it'll be funny, guys. And then Nick coming through on the other side, who has, I don't know, is that money or concurrent viewers at that point in time? Because holy fuck, man, like, he's beating the brakes off of Hassan, who's absolutely getting called out. Man, sucks to suck, I guess.
And I think up until that week, Hassan and I were we're pretty cool, and I know he's not going to lose any sleep over our relationship or anything, man. I'm not either. But after hearing him say what he said about Doc, that motherfucker's dead to me. I DM'd him as soon as I heard it, and I said, you know what? Have your opinions. We can agree to disagree. You can say the things that you want to say, of course. But you're going to go up there and say that shit about Doc on his fucking his anniversary, right? It's a guy's anniversary. And you're saying shit like that in front of all those people? You're just going to let that rip? All right. I mean, fuck. I mean, listen, I'm not...
So when you get situations like the Call of Duty one and the Bud Light situations that end up spinning off and becoming bigger than the initial Flashpoint situation is itself, they become self-sustaining entities that end up forming battle lines on both sides. And it's just so convenient because then you can start to see the bad actors emerge and you can reaffirm that, you know what, hey, maybe you got a good rationality radar. Maybe you understand that this is just bigger than simple, stupid culture war bickering points. You're exposing big business and their mouthpieces at the same time. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo, and I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.